Know what time it is, folks? I think it's time to peep the Gleason. So Nathan Thompson, famous flat earther. This is a new video from yesterday. He's gone to another church. There's a part 1 and part 2 of this, so let's take a look and watch him extol the virtues of the flat earth to a bunch of Christians. Let's see how this goes.
Photoshop. Like, I hate Photoshop.
Nice.
She hates Photoshop? That's a weirdly specific thing to hate.
You ever met a flat earther?
Met a what?
A flat earther? We'll be the first.
What does that mean?
So, hey, love, Jesus said if you don't know the earthly things, you're not going to understand the heavenly things, right?
Thank you.
My pleasure. You're part of my no mask family?
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Thanks.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be Photoshop. Mirage. A lie. What you're seeing here is a mirage. A lie is a lie.
So berserk, but who?
Bible teaches flat earth.
I was just a tiny kid.
He's just doing that.
Lie to me.
He legit thinks that, like, every time he leaves a pamphlet on someone's car or hands it to someone, that he has convinced them the earth is flat. I want to know the actual numbers. I want to know, out of the thousands and thousands of pamphlets that Nathan has put out over the years, has even a single person converted to be a flat earther? Like, viscerally, I want to say no. But there are people who are flat earthers. Not very many, but they do exist. So statistically, if he's handing out 10,000 of these, you'd think he'd maybe get one person, you know? Isn't this the creeper that chased down a NASA employee? Yes. And Daddy Sume says 12, Hannah. You're guessing 12? Okay.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
No masks, you're legit triggered. We're all gonna be triggered. All these people in this place going around with no mask, they're all gonna get sick. Or get other people sick. It's gonna be ridiculous. But yeah.
Real nice she did.
Hey, love, Jesus said if you don't know the earthly things, you're not going to understand the heavenly things, right?
Oh, this guy's the guy who got arrested for, Video.
Hey guys!
So he went to an elementary school, and he doesn't have a kid at this school or anything. He's like a single dude, and, well, here's this.
Hey guys, you gotta research the flat earth, okay? The earth is flat. It's not a moving ball. Okay? Does anybody want a flyer? Yeah!
Oh, this isn't even the right
Hey
one.
guys, don't worry, it's just a piece of paper. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them scare you. It's just a piece of paper.
This is a completely different time he did that. He's done this multiple times. Here's the one he got arrested for.
Hey guys, real quick. I got a flyer for you. Check it out.
No, I'm sorry, we can't.
I can't give him a flyer? Hey guys, check this out real quick.
Nathan, no. Bad Nathan.
Flat earther Nathan Edward Thompson was arrested.
Anyway, he got arrested for that. And he got like a restraining order from all the schools around him.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
She was only repeating what she'd been taught. I went through life believing.
I'm going to give you guys something to talk about.
Okay. Flat Earth.
Stationary, too.
Okay.
Just like God said. Said it's immovable, it's on foundations. And
Oh, I got another one for you to show you what a dirtbag Nathan is. Nathan Thompson, ex-girlfriend. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna calm down.
My child is.
So this is Nathan and his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend is filming because he's about to get very, very scary. Yes, trigger warning for domestic abuse and violence and anger. Just so everyone knows, if that's gonna, like, be too much for you, maybe drop out for, like, a couple minutes while we watch this. Okay? Okay.
My child is asleep.
Her kid is asleep in the room with her.
I'll let you brush your teeth and stuff, but you're not sleeping in my bed tonight.
Why did they put weird music on this? Is there a version without the music? No, probably not. That's a shame.
I'm gonna calm down, cause he...
I want you to go. I would like you to go, Nathan. Not tonight. But just, I want you to stay away from me. When you calm down, I will.
I swear I had a version of this somewhere that doesn't...
I'm gonna calm down, cause
Here we
he...
go.
I'm going to sleep now.
Open the door. I gotta brush my teeth and everything. You're not gonna be a fucking bitch about it.
My child is asleep.
I don't care. I'll break the fucking door. I live here.
I'll let you brush your teeth and stuff, but you're not sleeping in my bed
Open the
tonight.
door. Fucking door. You are gonna let me brush my teeth. You let me do whatever the fuck I want, because I live here. Fucking pay rent. Bullshit, dude. Fucking emotional fucking wreck. I can't deal with it.
I want you to
Get
go.
out of my room and don't even say anything? Are you kidding?
I would like you to go, Nathan.
All right, open
Not
the door.
tonight. But just, I want you to stay away from me.
Open the door.
When you calm down, I will.
I'm calm. Open the door.
Alright, are you gonna brush your teeth and then get out?
Open the door, or I'm gonna bang on the door until you open it. Are you ready?
My daughter is asleep,
Are you
Nathan.
ready?
You can stop.
You want more of that? I can do another 100. No problem. Open the door. Not gonna lock me out of my own fucking house.
You're not locked out of your house. There's a whole nother apartment in there.
Open the door.
He's banging on the door. Someone asked, why is he banging on the door? They had some sort of altercation. They had some sort of argument. So she went to bed and locked the door. And now he is demanding that she let him in. And her and her daughter are in there.
Live here.
It's her daughter. It's not Nathan's daughter. I think it was a daughter she had from a previous relationship.
Kayla? Capiche?
I have nothing to say to you.
I don't care if you don't have anything to say to me. I just need you to confirm that I'm not gonna have to bang on this door again tonight.
I'd appreciate if you didn't. You just woke up my 2-year-old.
Okay, cool. I woke up your 2-year-old because you locked me out of my room?
I would have let you back in. I just needed a minute to cool off. Thank you.
Hey, you need 10 minutes to cool off.
I just don't want to be around you. You make me sick to my stomach.
Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna hang around you.
Good,
I just
please
don't want any
leave.
more problems.
So that's a confirmation that you're leaving?
What, Carly?
Sorry, mommy.
Yeah. Sorry to mommy. I didn't mean to be loud and wake you up. Sorry.
Stop really waking up.
Sorry.
You gotta go.
There's my mommy.
My kids shouldn't have to see or hear that kind of stuff. They've had
So So Nathan is a monster. Good news, though, as far as we know, after that incident, her and Nathan broke up. I don't know anything about her now. I hope she's, and her daughter are doing well. But Nathan is single, as far as I know, so he's not in a position to harm anyone else or do that kind of stuff. What a scumbag. Yeah. Wind Chanter with 10 bits. This dude needs to be watched. He's gonna hurt someone, yeah. Quite possibly.
And he says the sky isn't space, he says it's a firmament, with sun, moon, stars for signs and seasons. So if we're blasting through space, there's no signs, there's no seasons in the sky. It's just a bunch of gases and balls colliding and...
Oh, Nathan is currently couch surfing his fellow flat earthers because he's homeless? That's depressing. All the flat earth stuff always tends to be super duper depressing.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
The sky is fermented. What did he say?
I want no seasons in the sky. Signs and seasons. So if we're blasting through space, there's no signs, there's no seasons in the sky. It's just a bunch of gases. So it isn't said.
Flat Earth.
Stationary too.
Okay.
Just like God said.
Oh, firmament. Firmament. The firmament is in flat Earth. The idea that the Earth is... I always have trouble explaining this without a picture. Firmament. The firmament is an ancient view of the world. It was incorrect, obviously, as we found out. But it is mentioned in the Bible, and some, ancient civilizations had this view of the world. It was incorrect, obviously. Firmament. Fermentament. The firmament, yes, that was early on in TBR episodes. We talked about this, too. The firmament is the idea that the Earth is like this flat plane, much like flat earthers believe, and then underneath it is the underworld, or in Jewish tradition, Sheol, or Sheol, Sheol. I'm not very good with the pronunciation. And then you have the sun, the stars, and the moon that are all very close to the Earth, like pretty darn close. And then those are all connected to the firmament. The firmament being a literal dome, a clear dome that goes over the entirety of the surface of the flat Earth. And then above that dome, there is another ocean, the ocean of heaven, which is why certain ancient peoples believed the sky was blue, because it was just another ocean up there. And then when it rained, it was because, it was opening up to let water from the sky ocean to come through. It's a very ancient belief system. It is one that is extolled in Genesis, though. So if you're a biblical literalist, that is something that might go along with it. Not to most even creationists, but there are people like Nathan Thompson, who is a Christian, a fundamentalist Christian, and will use this as a justification for saying, well, of course the Earth is flat. The Bible says it is, because it does. The thing is, though, the Bible was written by people who didn't have a very clear understanding of how the world worked. So you probably shouldn't take what they have to say about science, literally. Nathan is a Christian zealot who harasses people and beats his girlfriend. Are we sure this isn't Brett Keane? Roasted.
About the tools of capitalism.
The Ender 92. Dang, I always knew I knew I was in the Truman Show. Yeah, the Truman Show's another good explanation of what a firmament is, and that you had a dome over everything. Same here, except, the Earth is larger than the Sea Haven Island that Truman lived on.
Said it's immovable, it's on foundation.
Hello, Edge Grinder,
and he
welcome.
Says the sky isn't space, he says it's a firmament, with sun, moon, stars for signs and seasons. So if we're blasting through space, there's no signs, there's no seasons in the sky. It's just a bunch of gases and balls colliding and...
There's nothing funny about
I want to show you look lovely.
Or it's flowery language to explain that human beings look to the stars to keep track of time and location, which is a thing ancient peoples did. They navigated by the stars. They used the stars to know what time of year it was before they had proper calendars. Yeah, that's what they're talking about, Nathan. The atmosphere is gases, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And also, our atmosphere has nothing to do with the existence of stars.
There's nothing funny
They're very
about
far
the tools
apart.
of capitalism.
Querulous Artisan, wasn't it proven the Earth was round before Christianity came about? Christianity? Yeah, but we're not talking about Christianity. Genesis is an ancient Jewish text from, like, the Talmud that predates Christianity by, like, millennia. So we're talking about very, very ancient beliefs.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Eoin80 with 10 bits. I love that he says he is an emotional wreck, but uses that as an excuse for the abuse. And no, instead of trying to realize the effect that might have on the people around him, or not, instead of trying to realize, yeah. Daddy Sume, the atmosphere is gases like farts. Do you believe that? Come on. That sounds like a line from Idiocracy. The atmosphere is gases? What, like farts?
Have a great day. Yep. Nice church. People here are nice. I love it.
Let's see, actually, when the Old Testament was written. When was Genesis written? Boop, 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 boop. Tradition credits Moses as the author of Genesis, as well as the books of Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, but modern scholars, especially from the 19th century onward, see that as a product of the 6th and 5th centuries BC. So we're talking like 600 BCE, you know? Quite a while ago. Like half a millennia and more away from the birth of Jesus. So pretty old belief systems.
I love sharing flowers with Christians. It's my favorite.
And that's just when they were actually written down, too. Like, oral traditions in the Jewish faith go back much farther before they end up written down. Daddy Sume, Idiocracy was prescient. It predicted Trump. No, see, people say that. No, there are many things you can say about what was his name? President something Herbert Camacho. But Camacho recognized that he was an idiot. And when a smart person came along, he got that smart person and said, "Come here and we will listen to you, and so you can help us fix things." Trump doesn't do that. Trump thinks he's a genius.
They're not all demon possessed.
Tucker White 94. So how does Nathan dance around the fact that we've had tons of people literally circumnavigate the Earth? We can see the Earth from space. We measure the circumference of the Earth and observed objects in the solar system that don't revolve around the Earth like the moons of Jupiter. The circumnavigation of the Earth. A lot of flat earthers believe that all pilots are in the conspiracy, or they believe that the system is done in such a way so you just sort of circle around the circumference of the flat Earth, and that somehow is the same as circumnavigating on a globe. And the under 92... Oh, there's other stuff too. See the Earth from space. They don't believe space exists. They believe NASA and all of their space agencies are part of the conspiracy, and they're lying. They just don't think space exists. Measure the circumference of the Earth and observed objects in the solar system that don't revolve around the Earth. They just think that's all fake too. The under 92. Camacho was a stand-up guy who cared about his people. Nothing like Trump. True.
Hurling through space on a road to nowhere.
Who? Tattoos?
Yes. I was taught that there ain't no creator.
You're part of my no mask family?
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. They're lying about more than just the disease. Yeah, pretty sad. Psalm 2 says, "Why do the nations rage and plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth take up arms against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their chains and cast them asunder." And God laughs. I love.
Is it just infinity water beyond the firmament? I don't know. I actually couldn't answer that question for you. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a limit to the water. In fairness, I don't know. Well, the firmament, the water above the firmament was part of, like, old beliefs. I don't know if the water above the firmament is part of modern flat earth belief. They believe there's a firmament. I'm not sure if they believe there's an ocean above it, like it says in the Bible.
Love that line.
Which, by the way, in case you're curious, that's where some of the waters, at least, from Noah's flood came from the waters above, and some of it came from waters below, which they claimed were, like, basically underground wells of water that sprung up, and that's what caused Noah's flood.
You ever met a flat earther?
Met a what?
A flat earther? We'll be the first.
What does that mean?
So God says the earth's immovable, and it's stationary, but they're teaching kids in school that we live on a ball that's tilted and spins around the sun. Not true. They tell us that space is...
It is... I don't like when he bothers NASA employees, which he does occasionally. I really like when he talks to Christians about this. Because what he's saying is not wrong from a scriptural point of view, right? The Bible does basically say the earth is flat. So what do you do with that information when you're a Christian and you're like, I believe the Bible 100%? It's one thing if you're like a liberal Christian that like believes in Christianity and some of the key things, like thinking that Jesus is the Son of God or whatever, which I also don't believe, but hey, whatever, do you, I don't care. But like, if you're not a literalist who thinks that like Genesis happened literally, all you gotta do is be like, it was just people writing and they didn't really know what they were talking about. But, like, if you're a literalist Christian who's like, I don't believe in evolution or the Big Bang because the Earth is literally 6,000 years old because the Bible says so. Well, the Bible also says the Earth is flat. Do you also believe the Earth is flat? You kind of have to if you believe one.
The tools of capitalism.
The Ender 92 with 100 bits. Hannah, I love you in chat, but honestly, this guy makes my skin crawl more than anyone else you show. I'll be back later, maybe, but if not, have a good evening. Well, thank you. Tucker White 94. So what's the flat earther's explanation for what causes seasons? Because if the earth is flat, then it can't be axial tilt. It's very stupid. They believe the sun has, and this is going to depend, again, flat earth, because it's not a real thing. Different people have different explanations. But the one I've commonly seen is that the earth will sort of make a trip in a circle around the outer edges of the earth, and the circumference of the circle that it makes changes, causing longer or shorter trips, which, depending on the time of the year, which causes seasons. It's bullshit, obviously, but that's what I've seen from, like, globe busters and people like them.
It's above our heads. It's the opposite of Scripture. Scripture says heaven is above your head, and it's separated by a firmament. And they say water's up there, not space. So when the astronauts go to space and say, oh, there's nothing up here, there's no heaven, they're lying. So that's why I'm out here sharing with people.
Did you do the service? Did you go
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it was my first time here. I live in Virginia now, but I'm from California.
You just visiting?
Just visit. I came to see her.
Where are you from? England? I like
Lovely. You live here now? Good stuff. You like it better here or better in England?
I like my culture better.
Why come up with an explanation at all? Why not just say it's all God magic? Because not every flat earther is necessarily a fundamentalist Christian. There's a pretty big crossover, but even those who are Christians still want to come up with scientific explanations for it because they recognize that, just saying, well, I believe it because it's like a religious belief. They recognize that that doesn't typically hold up for your average person. Even your average Christian is going to be like, okay, that's kind of weird, though, and they won't fall for it. So they try and back up the false beliefs that they have with basically pseudoscience and bad models and bad experimentation to try and bolster the bad ideas that they have. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my kids were born here, so this is...
Are you a photographer?
I am a photographer.
Really? Oh, me too. I do some astrophotography of the sky. Let me show you real quick one of my videos. And
all the pictures of the planets and all that is CGI.
It's not real. Yeah.
No, it's not. See, there they are, extolling the idea that, like, pictures NASA, or even, I guess, amateur astronomers, because if you're an amateur astronomer and you have, like, a decent telescope you paid, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for, you can take pictures of planets and moons and all that stuff. But apparently they think all of it's CGI, even though they themselves could go and buy a telescope. Let's look at a nice telescope, okay? Telescope for astrophotography. There we go. Like, telescopes aren't cheap. I'm not gonna say they're super cheap or anything, because they're not. Like, this is like a $279, $299. This one is $600. This one's almost $1,000. I think these are going up in terms of price as we go. So you can, like, if you're doing astrophotography, which is a cool hobby, if you're into that sort of thing, like, a flat earther wouldn't necessarily be priced out of doing this themselves. I think Nathan Thompson is pretty broke right now, but, like, Globe Busters, which has a bunch of members and they have a bunch of money. I mean, they spent $20,000 on a laser gyroscope, which just proved the Earth was rotating, which was hilarious because they were trying to disprove that. But, like, they have the money that they themselves could go buy some of these telescopes and set them up and take pictures. Because, like, again, if NASA was faking every picture of the moon and of Mars and Venus, then you should easily, with like $600, $700, $2,000 even, whatever, this one's $279, go out and like take pictures and be like, wow, look, this doesn't look like these planets, but they do, so they can't go do that. Can they even explain what CGI is? They know it's a thing that's in a computer. I think that's about it. The Shadow Witch with 20 bits. The model they push is, I use the term model loosely, would only work if the sun changed in angular speed, depending on if it was in Cancer, Capricorn, etc., which violates conservation of momentum, not to mention the law of perspective. The sun could never set. I mean, these people drive me insane. I say F equals MA, and they say nuh-uh. Yeah, it's frustrating.
I hate Photoshop. Like, I hate Photoshop.
Nice.
They're very obsessed with this shot of this person floating through the ISS, and they think it shows him on a wire for some reason, even though it definitely doesn't. And I don't know why they think it does. Tucker White 94 with 10 bits. So the ring of Saturn that I spotted with my $60 telescope that I bought from Walmart are fake. Yep, they faked it just for you. You're very special.
So I recorded that myself. Now, if I asked you, what is that? What would you say?
It looks like a reflection in water.
Reflection in water, yes. And God said...
Oh, God, Nathan, you need a better telescope. That's so bad.
There's water above, right? That's a star. So they tell us that these are balls of gas.
Because they are, Nathan. It looks like that because you're probably looking at it through A, relatively cheap telescope, and B, because you're looking at it from very, 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 very far away. They paint all the lenses of the telescopes with their lies.
What did you take? What did you take that
P1000 Nikon. It's the highest zoom power camera in the market.
Oh my God, he's not. I've made a grave error. I guess I thought Nathan put in the minimum effort of actually using a telescope when in fact he literally just took his camera and zoomed in as much as he could to try and take a photo of a star. Nathan,
There's nothing funny about
you
the tools of
idiot.
capitalism.
That's not how that works. That's not astral photography. You need to use a telescope, you dingus. Tucker White 94 with 10 bits. I need the to nerd rage at Nathan for a moment because those balls of gas are actually plasma. Yeah.
Yeah. I love your earrings and your necklace. Yeah, she's all photographied up, guys. Ah! Well, you're the coolest person we've met so far today. Look at your shoes. She's all decked out.
Alright, well, Reddit probably isn't. Astral photography. Oops. Amateur astrophotography. Like, these are being filmed by just randos on Reddit with decent cameras hooked up to decent telescopes, right? Like, Nathan, you guys can see these, right? I have a special thing installed that I can just hover over images and see them. I'm hoping it shows up on the Streamlabs. I'm not sure if it does, though. But, like, you could go and do this with a moderate buy-in. I mean, if you're poor, it's not moderate. Like, I can't go out and buy this telescope tomorrow and it not, you know, hurt me financially. But what I'm saying is, like, if you are a group of flat earthers, probably at least one of you has the ability to go buy a camera and go and take pictures like this. Like, it's amazing. It really is. It's so, so cool. And you can go and do it. You can go and do it yourself. Instead of pointing your camera with no telescope at the sky and expecting to get images that look like anything. What are the top all-time on here? Probably really good. Lunar eclipse from Rome. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
The Shadow Witch, you just need a decent telescope, an equatorial mount, and long exposure. Yeah. Tilt-shifted Andromeda Galaxy. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Moon during the day. The Shadow Witch. You just need a decent Oh, read that one. Tucker White 94 with 10 bits. I've seen pictures of the moon with a telephoto lens on my camera. I mean, a lens that costs thousands of dollars and it still comes out blurry. That's how far the moon really is. Yeah. Yeah. You need a telescope to get good images. And some of them think the moon is like
there's nothing funny about the tools of
flat too, which is confusing to me because if you look at the moon from like a decent telescope, you can straight up see it's not flat. EONB80, idea for us to make all flat Earth money. Set up a NASA fake office where we have someone walk through the crappy GoPro to leak all the Photoshop going on. That would be kind of funny. Like if you think the moon is flat, like how do you look at this picture and think the moon is flat? You can see like you can see it's not flat. You can see it's a three-dimensional sphere. Very, very strange.
Well, we're going to keep sharing with people.
Great, yeah, they did.
And you keep that beautiful smile, all right? Thanks. I think we got to red pill the youth here. Hey, big guy.
Red pill the youth. Nathan, despite his arrest for harassing children, has never learned his lesson. And when he sees a kid, he will do the same thing. He's going to end up in jail, guys. I don't know if he'll end up in prison, but he'll end up in jail for like a 6-month sentence at some point for doing this stuff.
Could you give this to your mom and dad? I appreciate you. Looking sharp, too. I like your hair.
I want to know who this woman is who's hanging out with Nathan, and if she's dating him in any way. Please, whoever this woman is. And I don't really want to know. No one go and search out this person. This is their business. Run. Run as fast as you can away from this man. Please. This is a danger zone, okay? He is not a good guy. We need a cleanser. Can we watch that infomercial? Yeah, after we're done with this, we will.
Let's go, babe.
Once you get to that point of understanding, and once you know there ain't no moon,
there is a part 2 to this video, though, that I at least want to skim through.
Hey, guys. You know they're lying to the kids about the shape of the Earth yet?
MMO Addicted with 10 bits. Hannah, if I ever make a model or discover an effect, I'm going to name it the Sex Abacus effect just for you. I mean, using Polish, I may potentially form something similar to Sex Abacus as an abbreviation. Well, that's something for my doctorate. Well, thank you.
It ain't just
the Bible teaches a flat Earth.
He just called her babe. Oh, God. Oh, God. I hope she's okay. I really do.
Immovable on pillars.
I'm afraid I'm going to wake up to, like, people tweeting me one day, and I'm going to open my Twitter mentions, and it's going to be articles about Nathan Thompson murdering his girlfriend or something, and I'll be like, ah! You've been warned! The most plausible conspiracy.
So, it's a shame to judge a matter before hearing it out. Folly and a shame. Hey guys, real quick, I just want to give you something to talk about.
If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Heavily Sent.
Alright, let's watch part 2 of this, and then we will jump over to a cleanse, and then we'll do some other stuff.
They teach in school it's in space.
Yes.
It's not true.
I agree.
Yes!
It's a firmament.
Oh no, another flat earther!
My dude! Yes!
Oh, you want, what is the most plausible conspiracy theory? I thought you were saying me saying Nathan might murder his girlfriend is the most plausible conspiracy theory. What do I think the most plausible conspiracy theory is? Probably, I don't know. I mean, this would be a conspiracy. Probably the idea that the wealthy intentionally in the media
Nothing funny about the tools
sow
of capitalism.
messages to, how do I put this? Separate the lower classes and get them to fight amongst them ourselves, rather than recognizing the huge amount of inequality that exists economically. Like the idea that intentionally trying to be like, oh, we're going to make politics very divisive and divide people so they don't actually recognize that we're, you know, picking their pocket. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That one's up there too. Yeah. Yours is FDR knew about Pearl Harbor and allowed it to happen. I don't know anything about that. That's not a conspiracy, Hannah. It's an outright fact. I mean, there have been real conspiracies, guys. Conspiracy doesn't automatically mean made-up thing. A conspiracy is just when, like, a group of people get together and plot to do something. So, like, I'm talking about a plausible conspiracy. That's what it is. But that's just reality. Yeah, that's why I used it as my most plausible one, guys, because I think that is reality.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Your favorite conspiracy that Elvis is currently living in Alaska as a bear hunter? Gulf of Tonkin incident is probably one of the most confirmed. I'm actually not familiar.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Let me see, is there anything else I missed?
Someone says what's up, it's because they don't know what's up.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell people what's up. It's a firmament, and above that,
Elvis didn't die, he just went home. Alright, Tommy Lee Jones.
Heaven.
That's so good.
Watergate was a conspiracy? True, it was. Like, conspiracies do happen.
Exactly, right? So, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, quick question. The sun. Is the sun in space, or is the sun in the firmament?
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be.
There's nothing funny about the tools
MMO
of
addicted with 10 bits. One of my big fears is typing tired and accidentally misgendering you. It happens once in the first days of your streaming, not long after you came out, and I felt so bad. Like, why does she and he differ just by a single letter, which can easily be missed, but they may just be crippling anxiety, making me second guess. Hey, if someone misgenders me genuinely accidentally, I understand. I get it. I understand. There have been a couple incidences since I came out where I actually misgendered myself just because I was so used to using he, him pronouns prior to, you know, coming out. But, like, if it's an accident, I understand. Like, just be like, oh, sorry, she. It's okay.
What you're seeing
It's only when people do it intentionally to be an a-hole that it gets on my nerves early.
here is a mirage.
A lie is a lie, and it don't matter how many.
Super good. Let's find the pastor.
Okay.
Well, is it like me?
You feel bad about singing the Bible Reloaded theme in my head on occasion? I mean, you can just replace the old name for me with the new one. I think it has the same number of syllables. Yeah, they're both 2-syllable, and they sound similar, so it'll work. But even if you don't, it doesn't... I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It's just a song.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
EON80 with 50 bits. What's the end goal, though? If it's true, I don't think the governments are going to be like, oh my god, you know, let's turn off all the CGI. Yeah, that's an answer I've never gotten, clearly, from Flat Earth. When you ask, what would the purpose be of lying about the shape of the Earth? The most I've ever gotten is certain Christian Flat Earthers claiming it somehow makes people less likely to be Christian. Like, oh, if the Earth is round, then Genesis is wrong, even though there are way, way more important things I'd argue are wrong in Genesis outside of, you know, the shape of the Earth. But, yeah, it's never been made clear to me what the end goal is or why.
Up nightly, tip of the beat shining, oh so brightly, a sight.
They're looking for the pastor, but this looks like a giant mega church. And in a giant mega church, you don't necessarily have access to the pastor as the, you know, as a person in the congregation.
Hold together like
look at that. Yeah, it's a pretty big church.
For you, Eric.
Oh, thank you.
Looking sharp, dude.
Appreciate it, man.
Is there an instrumental version of your theme song so we could have a karaoke night where your audience re-sings the song? That we do actually have just an instrumental version, yes. Don't bother these women while they're praying, Nathan. I'm not even religious, and I have more respect for a religious, like, belief than to get in the middle of people praying. You have no idea what they're praying about. This is probably, like, a real moment for them, even if it's, you know, whatever. It's not, today's not the day for me to criticize prayer, okay? But, like, they think it's real, so it's a dick move if you're about to interrupt them. Oh, God! Oh, God, no!
They were praying and I put it in their bag. That's so funny. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to my car.
There's nothing funny about it.
74 Quinn 74, I'm feeling truly unsettled about this song not being updated, but I specifically remember it. RIP.
All over this great big world. They told us that we lived on a sphere.
Is that the guy that was on stage?
What's up?
You were awesome today, bro.
I'm so embarrassed by Nathan.
That's what the Bible says. The firmament with the sun, the moon, the stars is what's up.
What's up?
What they teach the kids is that there is no up. It's all relative. If you're in Australia, up is down.
Yeah.
Nathan, no. Up is away from the center of the earth. So for me, this is up. This is up because the earth's center is down there. Okay? If you're in Australia, up might be a different direction than I consider up, but that doesn't mean it means nothing. Up is talking about a direction away from the center of the planet that you are on, or whatever you happen to be on, I guess. People in Australia aren't upside down. They're just on a different part of the earth. Why is there flat earth music? Because there's a lot of people in the flat earth community who like to make music about it. Tiger White 94, these women are probably praying, "Dear Lord, please let Hannah and Jake see the light and abandon their satanic ways of eating hickory-smoked babies. Amen." Antipodian Squid, what do you mean? I stand in my head constantly. Clearly. You should probably maybe call Nathan. He'll be interested in your story.
So when everyone says what's up, it's because they don't know what's up.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell people what's up. It's a firmament, and above that, heaven.
That's so good.
Exactly, right?
Where are you here for the first time at celebration?
I'm from California. I flew in from Virginia.
Okay.
And I'm first time here. Yeah, I love your church. Amazing
awesome,
message. That pastor was on fire.
Yeah. He did such
He was so good.
Yeah. What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan, name's Avery, man.
Avery, pleasure to meet you.
Alicia. Now I put an F on it. Okay, I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is you said you went up there and said God spoke to me and
Wing the Ultimate Nug says, like that one famous math dude said direction and time is relative. What was his name? Eaton Evans?
said to send a revival here. I told her minutes before you got on stage, wouldn't it be cool if there was a revival here? Remember when I was telling you that? And then you came out on stage and said, God spoke to me, and I was like, I just heard the same exact thing. And I told her about it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that is our prayer that we...
All these people being this close together, and this lady's not even using her mask correctly, it makes me so uncomfortable watching all these people blatantly disregard, like, any kind of safety. This lady's also not wearing her mask correctly. None of them are distancing from each other. Jouster's End with 10 bits. Honestly, Hannah, I have a hard time watching this guy, too, because I cringe and get embarrassed, yeah.
Have, even within our student ministry, that God would send revival here, and it's just been a prayer for us, bro. I got to connect with this mom real quick, but honor meeting you guys.
Yeah, pleasure. Where's the pastor? You think we could find him? Hey, is the pastor back there?
I don't know.
I want to talk to him. I don't know. Does he hang out here or anything?
Which pastor?
The one who was on stage.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he typically they'll hang out for a little while.
Over this great big world, they told us that we lived on a sphere. Now it don't seem.
Oh, this guy was on stage singing.
Pulled off your whole sleeve.
You look sharp up there singing, bro.
Sir, appreciate it.
Yep. First time here. I'm from California.
Nice.
You guys got
be there too.
You guys got an awesome church. What part of Cali?
Most recently Central Valley.
Yeah, right on. I was down by Saddleback College in Orange County. So.
My wife grew up in Orange County.
Right on. Cool. Good stuff, dude. It's good to see you up there, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Good music, man. That was moving. Yeah, I'll try. I will. If I'm in Texas, I'll be here. Can I give you something?
Yeah, of course.
It's about scripture.
Yeah, Bible teaches.
A.L. Ball. Is the sun in space or is the sun in the firmament?
What's the firmament?
The firmament. Genesis 1 talks about the sun, the moon, the stars were placed in a firmament.
Oh.
A dome structure.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying firmament.
No, it is firmament.
Firmament.
Yeah. Or like a barrier of some sort. So that sun, they teach in school, it's in space.
Yes.
It's not true.
I agree.
Yes!
The firmament.
My dude! Yes! Yeah. I like your style, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you.
You help out here?
I do. I help in Celebration Kids and on the interpreting team.
Right on. My first time here, dude. You guys run a really good church.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And the service, the message and the music was great. So came up, approached us, and talked to us about in Texas. What are you gonna get some vegan food? I'm hungry. I'll see you guys later.
Is Nathan a vegan? I didn't know that.
Guys, so the lead security here at the church just came up, approached us, and talked to us about the flyers. He didn't even tell us not to hand them out anymore. He didn't even say he was upset. He said, I want to know more. I think you could teach me something. Can I take you to coffee?
Tucker White 94 with 10 bits. Why are so many people still hanging out at church after service? Where's the giant bum rush to get out of the parking lot to the Ruby Tuesdays? I'm sure a lot of people did leave early.
That's what happened. That is crazy. So.
Favor. God's
favor. Yep. So service to many leads to greatness. That's what Jesus said. He said, if you want to be great, don't try and be served. Go serve. So, wish you all the best. God bless you and your families. Later, guys.
I'm very concerned for the safety of this woman. She may be a stupid flat earther, but she does not deserve to deal with Nathan's temper, let's say. Anyway, let's do a cleanse and then we'll do something.